In the elemental world, we get to sense, or you could say feel, strongly feel from our hearts the pain, the injuries, the unbalance that happens in the human collective or group of humans that live on earth. We are highly sensitive to your emotions, to your feelings, and your mental states, your ways of being. We are sensitive to that because although you don't fully realize it yet, all of that is energy, and we too are made like you, energy and physical. It affects us greatly when there is disharmony among groups of people. We don't see each other as different when we look at each other, when we are beside each other, when we acknowledge another group of what you call elementals. We see ourselves as just elementals, beings who do and create. We are just that, nothing else, nothing more. But when you look at each other, or you come into contact with groups that are slightly different, and so on, whether it is through what you call culture or ideology or sense of being or dressing, you divide yourselves and each other, and you portray judgment on each other, and therefore on yourselves as well. And that judgment that you think you're projecting towards another is really beginning to act as a type of poison towards your own hearts and your own sense of self, your own sense of beingness. You remove from yourself that is so sacred and pure, because you are unable to just connect with the essence of that other person or those other people. You are unable to do that, and you continue to hurt yourself more and more. That injury that was already there becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger in your heart. But perhaps it didn't need to be that big. Perhaps it wasn't that big until you begin to actually injure yourself more and more through that judgment that you're putting onto others. We can feel that. We can sense that injury and how you go against each other. It creates a sense of unbalance, not only in you, but also in that you call nature, in us as well, for it saddened us. We sense it. So when you come into a forest or by a lake or a river, we are happy to show you again that way back to yourself, and how you can heal those emotions, and how you can heal those feelings, those injuries, those thoughts, those ideas, by assisting you in relaxing your mind, assisting you in relaxing and letting go of those thoughts that are not really needed in your reality for you to exist and for you to call yourself a person, an identity, a specific being. Do you understand what we mean by that? You do not need those injuries or those emotions or those kinds of thoughts or those kinds of judgments or those kinds of separations that you create among yourselves in order to understand and feel yourself as a unique entity. You already are a unique entity. You already are unique and unified within yourself. You just have to begin to understand that all thoughts, all words, and all ideas that you willingly project outwards or inside of you begin to affect you in a way that is not necessarily seen to the world. Even though you might think it's towards the world, it is actually towards self.